So some very brief but very exciting news for you all here today. And as the title of this video probably gives away, I do plan on streaming live lessons directly here from my YouTube channel in the very near future. Wow. Now I am for sure setting myself quite a big challenge here, as most of you will know when you go to do live streaming and you want to have really good visuals, really good audio, and you want all that stuff to be in sync to bring, of course, the viewers, all of you, the best experience that you possibly can. There is quite a lot of moving parts of that, and live streaming is certainly not a brand new concept, but it is new to me. And if there is something that I have learned from doing this over the last few years, it's that if you don't dive in head first and try these things, then you will never ever gain that knowledge for yourself. Now, the reality is that there could be some things here that do in fact slow this process down. So with life in general, and it's hard to do this, but I always do try to focus on the positives. So what are the positives here? Well, I do know that I have the inner confidence to do this. I have the confidence in my teaching abilities. And I'm not trying to be big-headed here by any means, but in a way, this is something that I have been mentally and physically preparing myself for over the last number of years in putting out the content that I have put out. I remember doing this for the very first time, filming my first lesson, and I was nervous just sitting in front of the camera. It took me like an hour to build up the courage to actually do that. And when I did, I would write out a script of exactly what I was going to say and exactly when I was going to say it. And that came across very forced. So over time, what I decided to do was just imagine that that camera was one of my students sitting in the room with me. And I felt that that had a much more organic and natural flow to it. And I hope that when you're working with one of my lessons that you do feel like that you're sitting in a room and doing it with me. And that's the whole idea behind the lesson content that I personally put out. Now, let me make myself very clear here. I am not a gear nut. That's not really who I am. It fascinates me. There's people out there, it's incredible. They seem to know everything there is to know about every piece of gear out there on the market, which is incredible. But what I do feel like I can do is really get the most out of the gear that I do have and that I have worked really hard for. And as I stated earlier, money, finances may play a crucial role here, as there may be a really important piece of software or a piece of equipment that I need to do this and pull this off, and there's no point in telling myself that it's not going to be expensive, because I know it is. So what can you do to help me out here? Well, firstly, if you know anything there is to know about live streaming, please place a comment below this video and feed me your knowledge. Your knowledge is going to be crucial here to me, and I value that very much so. Also, this is just another reason why I do have a Patreon account. I've mentioned this before to you all. There's already some people on board that are contributing small monthly donations, which all add up and will go towards doing something like this. Everything that I've spoken about at the channel itself, you will be contributing directly to that. And of course, you will have access to bonus content there. Some is already in place, and I will be adding to that slowly as time progresses. So that's everything. I hope you have a wonderful day. You're all staying safe, you're all staying motivated, and continuing to practice on the drum set, and I will see you all back here on the channel very soon.